everyone. Today's video is going to be on making these beautiful pair of jhumkas. It's probably one of the most requested videos. I think a lot of subscribers have probably written to me asking for jhumka videos. So here we go. I'll definitely continue to upload more jhumka videos in the coming weeks, rather months. And let's actually begin without any further delay. So if you see, I've already made these connector beads and let it dry. Now to make the jhumka, I have lined this particular mold with a little bit of oil, and I'll dunk in this really well kneaded ball of clay into it, give it a good press, and then cut off the excess from the top using my fettling knife. I scoop off the excess clay. This is a very necessary step, otherwise your jhumka is just going to be really heavy to be worn for a very long duration of time. And once it's scooped, just dunk it back into the jhumka mold so that it can regain its shape. So now that the shape is all intact, we can actually begin with the designing part. Mark the center roughly with a cookie cutter followed by a part of a ballpoint pen. This is just a brass tube, but you can also use anything like a ballpoint pen or a refill to make such small circular designs all over the jhumka. Really, it's as simple as this. I would just go on to make these circular designs or these round small designs all over the jhumka, and you'll see that how this such a pretty jhumka. I mean, it is so easy to make, yet the final product looks really grand and really festive. So once the designing part is done, we'll just again put it back into an oil-lined jhumka mold and remove it so that the shape is again intact. We embellish it with a little bit of ghungroo beads. At this stage, you can choose to add ghungroo beads or stick beads. Now that the jhumka part is ready, we can attach the connector bead to the jhumka. Now for the entire jhumka, I am using a gauged 26 Nichrome wire. I've just cut them into little U-pins and I'm using them throughout the jhumka. Now for the stud part, the stud thickness is roughly about 0.25 centimeters in thickness, and using my fettling knife smoothing it and using a cookie cutter cutting out a small round shape. I smoothen this as well. I try and do the similar kind of pattern on the stud part too. We attach the connector bead, or rather the entire thing, to the stud part. Be very careful while doing this. If you see, I am actually taking help of my bent nose plier in order to insert the Nichrome wire. So if you see, the jhumka is ready. You saw how easily we were able to actually make the design. Once the jhumkas are dried, it's fired in electric kiln, and after that we can begin painting upon it. So now that you see the jhumkas are dried, and I have also laid out the paints over here. The paint I'm going to be using for this is a combination of light olive green and deep green, crimson, antique gold, and black. So these are the colors that I'm going to be using. And with regard to the brushes, I'm going to be using a flat brush, a broad bristle brush. Basically this the broad, can be either 6 or 8 round tip broad bristle brush, and then my liner brush. I'll begin by applying a heavily diluted black base coat. This is only if you want a black outline. Don't forget to bend that U-pin, that excess pin which is down there. It'll just help your jhumka stay locked. After the black has dried, we can begin painting the antique gold. Please remember that the antique gold that I am applying for this is undiluted. It's thick and I am taking a very little quantity on my flat brush and applying it all over the jhumka, and it might need multiple coats. So when I say multiple coats, please remember that you must always let the first coat dry and only then apply the next coat. Now once all of that is done, I obviously apply the crimson and the green. That's the green over here is a combination of light olive green and a deep green in this kind of a pattern, followed by antique gold dots using my liner brush. So if you see, the jhumkas are ready. It's time to varnish them. This is the product I use. I give give it a good shake and then transfer a little bit of the contents into a small container, and using a broad bristle brush, just apply a generous quantity. For a jhumka, especially with beads like these, you have to be extra careful so that they don't stick to each other. Do them in parts. I would always suggest that. Please do the varnishing part also in in stages so that it doesn't become messy. So now that the varnish is also dried, it's time to assemble. I'm using this particular product to attach the stud post to the stud. Now with this particular glue or this particular adhesive, I let it dry for at least 3 days before use, and this is it. If you see, the entire jhumka is ready. Doesn't this look absolutely pretty? And you saw how easily we were able to make this jhumka. So do give it a try. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section. Really hope you enjoy watching this video, everyone. Thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for watching.